Hi, hopefully, oh no, that's bad. Okay, that's better. Ignore my head. I am deep conditioning my hair right now, and I couldn't wait. I was being impatient. I'm probably gonna make hair tutorial videos in the future, but I highly doubt anybody wants their hair to look like how my hair looks right now because it's transitioning. Actually, I'm gonna be posting a video when I cut off all my hair journey video and all that later on. Right now, I just wanted to focus on what my main page is gonna be about, which it's gonna be based more around just astrology, spirituality, and I've noticed that a lot of people are becoming more open to astrology. They're asking me more questions. Even some of my friends at work, like, I don't even need to tell them anymore, like, what stuff means. They'll tell them. They're like, oh my gosh, girl, I just looked up his birth chart, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my god, they're growing. Like, it's working. Wow, I feel like such a mom. But anyway, so this isn't like my official space that I'm going to be filming in yet, but I really just wanted to keep getting videos out there until I'm in that space. I'm going to be moving finally out of my house. I tried once before, and that'll be another story for another time because, yeah, let's just say that. So I'm going to be finally moving out to my own place. I'm going to have my own, little zone that I can film in, and I really want to have that space ready for when I'm making like my real videos. So this is kind of just like an overall quick little, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to talk about on the channel, so I can, like, if you're watching in the future, I'm going to have thousands of videos and I'm just yapping my mouth off, and for some reason you want to keep listening to me do that, this is the video that you can come to kind of get an idea of like how it all started or why I started it. And I've been into astrology since I was like 10 or 11, and at first, it was just the basic, like, oh, I know that my sun sign, and that was about it, and that's all I kind of knew. And it wasn't until I started working at movie theater, and someone told me about, like, hey, you should check out this movie with this one guy, because I saw this movie, Drive. I'll never forget that movie. I'm probably also going to be talking about 1,000 movies in these, because I love movies so much, and that's going to be a whole nother thing. I'm just going to probably bring up a movie like right here and tell you why I love it so much and why you should watch it and love it so much, but that'll be another time too. I'm going to talk slower. So, I watched this movie called Drive, and I was like, who is that guy? That guy, who is he? And this girl was like, oh, you don't know who that is? That's Ryan Gosling. And I was like, Ryan Gosling? I've never heard of Ryan Gosling before. So, I looked him up, and I was like, oh, what's his sun sign? Oh, he's a Scorpio. That will be a whole nother video too, and I'm sure there are a bajillion videos on Scorpios on YouTube already, but trust me, you're gonna want to hear mine. So, he was a Scorpio. I was a little curious, and then as I was looking through, I was like, who are some other Scorpios? Like, maybe I have like a thing, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ryan Reynolds, like, there's gonna be just a whole list I might put here, or faces of all these Scorpios, but they got it. And I knew, I was like, there's no coincidence to this. It can't just be like, oh, that's just, that's just happened. They just all happen to look like that and act like that. That has nothing to do with astrology. I can prove to you guys extensively throughout this channel that is not the case. And I've noticed more people are asking about their birth charts or their signs or other placements, and they're like, wait, what? I have a moon sign? What? Mercury, Venus? What does that have to do with me? We'll get there. So, I basically wanted to start a little bit of the journey. I found that Ryan Gosling thing. I found his sun sign. I looked a little deeper on. I mainly started with books first. There was a really good section in Barnes & Noble with just all the sun signs, moon signs. I kind of got a feel. I'll probably have a video. I might link it at some point. I don't really know yet. With all the books that I have about astrology, the ones that I really like, that are really easy to grasp and like aren't so far-fetched that you're just like, okay, no, that was pointless. I know some people prefer the internet for that information, and I really like Tumblr if you're gonna get good information about astrology. A lot of astrology hoes, I hate to say that, but that's what it is, are on Tumblr, and that's where I go to. But I started looking up his birth chart. I started looking up all these celebrity birth charts and just connecting the dots, and I'm very much like that. I have a lot of 8th house placements, so I like to kind of put pieces together and connect all the dots and puzzles and whatnot, however you want to call it. And I was like, okay, so I think I'm gonna leave that over there for a little while. Just, that'll be my basic knowledge of it. And then I want to say 2 or 3 years later, I started noticing more and more of the same signs in my life. Like, all of my friends were Capricorns, and I'm a Capricorn rising, so there are gonna be so many videos, you guys. I'm so sorry, and I'm gonna try and be as this is what this video is about as possible, so I don't randomly go all over the place in tangents. But astrology helped me personally figure out people in a quicker way than they will allow you to. I know that sounds really weird to word it that way, but basically, I'd be like, oh, I used to be really good at guessing people's birthdays. I could guess the month and the day, and it was just kind of an intuitive thing. I'd be like, they look like, I would first pick the season. I'd be like, oh, they look like a spring, a summer, whatever. And then I would try and figure out the month, and then they'd be like, oh my god, you're right, what the fuck? What are you, witch? I'm just kidding. And then I would guess the day, and then they were like, wow, that's really cool. I can't believe you do that. When I started getting to astrology, though, I kind of lost that. Kind of sucks, but hey, whatever. But I started noticing, if I'd be like, oh, when's your birthday, or when were you born? And then I knew their sun sign. I could automatically start creating pictures in my mind of okay, so the last Gemini I met was like this. I was kind of learning personally, are these things really true that I'm reading? Do I really see this in practical application in my life and the people around me? And very much yes. Very much yes. The only difference is you'll start to notice, and when I decided to start going deeper was when I read my sun sign and my mom had the same sun sign, I was like, yeah, no, I don't see that. We have some similarities, but there are drastic differences. And then I got into moon signs, and I kind of understood, oh, okay, I'm seeing there's such an intricate picture that's actually created, but so many people stay on the surface of things. They don't go down here a lot, and I like to go down there a lot. And I had to kind of embrace that part of myself and kind of be okay with being I need more answers, or I need to go deeper, or I don't think that's it. I think I need to look myself. I need to do some more research. So it wasn't until that time when I started comparing people in my personal life, I was like, yeah, I still think I need to grasp a better understanding of it all. I am so sorry I'm talking so much with my hands. I'll put them down, but I guess I talk with my hands. I don't know. I don't care. So yeah, I got these books. I started getting into the phase at that point where, okay, I know all of this. Now what can I do with it? I like to take things and make them practical, or I like to make them useful to my daily life. And it did help me in a lot of ways understand people quickly or figure out a better way to talk to them. And some people might consider that phony or fake, but I'm used to catering to other people. I'm used to changing the way my energy is put out so that they're more receptive, so that they feel more comfortable around me, versus me being abrasive and push off, or whatever, however you want to word it. So they're like, oh, okay, so, you're a Gemini. Okay, cool, so you're crazy. No, I'm just kidding. You're a Gemini, so, you like to probably have a lot of intellectual conversations. You don't like to be tied down. You want to be free. You want to travel. You want to explore. You want to learn. You want to grow. And kind of that energy, their energy is like that. They're, always going. They don't stop. But that can change with other stuff in the birth chart. And that's when I started to be like, okay, I understand this. I get this. And a lot of people would be confused about certain situations, or, I don't understand why I'm this way, I don't understand why I'm that way, and I'd be like, well, let me look at your birth chart, or let's look at this, and then I would read some things and explain it to them, and they were like, that's, exactly who I am. How do you know, how did you figure that out just from that? And I would get so excited to, show people that, yes, you can learn about this stuff yourself, that you can grow. It's not supposed to be, a death sentence to have these signs and these houses and these planets with these aspects. It's not supposed to be oh, I can't change out of that, that's just who I am. It's supposed to be basically an understanding of where you're at now and how you can grow, because there's always a low evolved version of your sign and a high evolved version of your sign, and somewhere in the middle, and most of us are up and down all the time because everything is a wavelength, and I'll get into that in another video anyway. So, in true YouTube fashion, the video cut out before I was done. I'm probably just gonna have to change some settings on my camera. But basically, I wanted to finish off by saying I hope that this place on my channel will be somewhere where people who are interested in astrology and spirituality and growing in health and body and spirit will be able to come here and learn like with me and like through me. And I didn't really know like exactly how I'm gonna close yet, but I just wanted to say welcome to my channel. I hope those who come here decide to stay here and hang out with me in my little moon space. Thank you for watching this video already. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, on a bus, in a car. I'm always in the car, in your house, in the headphones, wherever you are. I hope you guys have a great day, and